Alright, hey there guys, this is I'm Real Ninja. Bit of a quick little video thingy, I guess. I'm just gonna go ahead and have this as a supplementary, as I stated in one of my episodes somewhere, I can't remember which, a follow-up to Bastion. My thoughts on the game, my thoughts on the Let's Play I made of the game. So I'm basically Let's Playing a Let's Play, kind of. I already can see the Inception jokes being made. Need I remind you, Inception has nothing to do with the whole dream within a dream thing. That's an argument for another thing. But, as for the game itself, there's not much that I haven't already said in the videos. It's a game that, well, before I even begin, I should mention that if you watch this before you watch the full Let's Play, you're gonna have a bad time unless you click the magical annotation that I might throw somewhere, maybe if I can figure out how to force the video to skip to a certain part. I don't know how, but I'm gonna try. If not, I'll just leave a note saying, oh, well, yeah, skip to 4:28 or whatever the timestamp is. As for the game itself, and now we're getting into spoiler territory, one of the things that gets me about the game is no matter what ending you pick, it makes you feel like, yeah, you did a great job. But here's what is wrong about what you chose. For instance, if you decide to bring Zolf, and let's say bring Zolf Evacuate, the same one that I picked for my first playthrough and the first ending that I showed. Great. You managed to collect all the shards, restore the Bastion to its true functionality. You saved the man that stabbed you in the back, told his countrymen where to find you, where to find the Bastion to just wreck it. And what's your reward? You can go anywhere you want. But you can't stop what's already happened. So, you're right back to square one. Yeah, it's great, Wonderful. You've, survived this great calamity. Which, for lack of a better word, I mean, there's not really much else to call it, considering that's all the game called it. You've survived this great mass destruction. And you've managed to decide, oh, returning to the past won't solve anything. History is doomed to repeat itself. But what if it's not? You could have very easily gone and reversed time and attempted to stop it. But no. But then, if you decide that, yeah, I want to go, stop the calamity, that's the only thing possible. When's it gonna send you back to? It doesn't say. You don't know. He hasn't been able to test it because, like he says, how do you test a machine that travels through time? More specifically, returns to a past time. You can't. Because the moment that you would test it, the machine's gone. And you have to start work on it all over again. It's really a game of, listen, you did a great job, but here's why your choice was wrong. And it can do this 4 times. And each time, you sit there and go, man, there's really no way, no good choice, is there? I mean, yes, all the endings are quote-unquote good. I mean, there is no bad ending for Bastion. You can't just go, oh, you got the bad ending. No, you got an ending. And that's one of the magical things about it, I guess. It's not really magic, but you know what I mean. It's... I really don't have words for it. I mean, the first time I played through that, my first thought was, oh, did I just do something wrong? What just happened? I feel immense regret, but satisfaction? I don't know how to deal with this feel. But it's part of the reason that I love the game, though, is not only that it makes you realize that not every choice is all happy, all flowers, sunshine, happiness, joy, rainbows, unicorns, all that. It's not. For every choice, there's something that ends up going wrong. Something that, yes, you made a choice, but it's not the right choice for everyone. Nothing is the right choice for everyone. Which, as I stated in my very first ending episode, most people that I've read, I sifted through GameFAQs message boards before I went through the ending again, just to get a feel for what everyone else thought. And a lot of it was, I didn't save Zolf. Why would I save someone that, attempted to kill me? That just seems counterproductive, and he's going to end up doing it again. But I have to say, what's saying that he wouldn't? I mean, yes, Zolf sent his countrymen to try and kill you. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to get at. I guess part of the other thing that the game tries to tell you is, the protagonist isn't the kid. You, yourself, as the player, are the protagonist. Because during the ending, the kid never once says, oh, I hate Zolf, I'm gonna leave him behind. You make that decision yourself. The kid has nothing to do with it. It's different than most games. The kid never speaks. And it's kind of like Legend of Zelda, if you will. Link never talks. Neither does Gordon Freeman, but Gordon Freeman's awesome. He doesn't need to talk. This is a little 10-year-old, 11-year-old, something like that, maybe 13 at most, kid, that is not only just, he thrusts himself into the wild because he feels that this is something he needs to do. It's not like there's anything better to do. Why not, attempt to save some people? But not once does the kid go, oh, Zolf betrayed us, I'm not even going to bother, there's no redemption for him. None of that. The kid never says that. You, the one that is playing through the game, says that. And that's just something else it tries to teach. Is that, you're responsible for your own actions. You can't go, I wouldn't say that. I honestly don't know what that lesson could even relate to. I mean, I guess, yeah, you are responsible for your own actions. That's not completely false, but at the same time, that's not what the game itself is trying to say. I honestly, I can't quite tell. Moving on, though. I mean, there's way too much I could harp on about it. I'm already at 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and let's go to, let's go to the Let's Play itself. Honestly, I had a lot of fun doing this. As much as most people would go, oh, I have to grind through the game 4 times just to show this off, I'm only going to show off one ending, and let them experience the others themselves. I understand that some people don't have the money to burn on games. Lord knows. Oh god, the Steam sales. I have so many games because of those Steam sales that just happened. The thing is, though, where was it? Oh, with playing through it 4 times, not only did I get progressively better each time to the point of where on my 4th run, I didn't bother with most of the items because they aren't really all that useful except for backstory. I'm sitting there just speed running the game. Like, I seriously beat the fourth playthrough in like 5 hours, 4 hours. And that's running as quick as I can directly through most enemies that I do not need to fight. Like, out of all the weapons in the game, there's, let's see, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11? 11 weapons in the game? Correct me if I'm wrong, I have only played through it 4 times. I can't remember, to be honest. I think it's 11. Out of the 11 weapons in the game, I have maybe 5, 6. Everything else is in the Lost and Found for fragments. Because I just ran through, I got the weapons that I felt I needed, like the War Machete. Lord knows I need the War Machete. The Carbine, the Scrap Musket, and that's it. Like, it starts you off with the Hammer, the Fang Repeater. I got, I believe, the Musket, the Carbine, and the one I just said that I can't remember. It's a word? It's a thing. War Machete. That's it. I got those 3 weapons that the game does not start you out with, and I just flew through it. Like, no joke. The end, like, the final video of that was literally me just somersaulting through Aura. And the only time I fought was the final Aura guy for that final shard. I seriously, I just flew through it. And it was great. It was a great feeling. Because at that point, I felt that I had mastered the normal difficulty. Granted, there is still New Game Plus. Speaking of, for the remainder of the Let's Play is done, quote-unquote. There's still a little bit that I need to do. As promised, I will show off the who knows where places at some point. Not right off the bat, though. I'm a bit bastioned out. My game time on Steam for it is at 93 hours. I've played the ever-living crap out of Bastion for the past, like, 3 months. Granted, I have played other games, because otherwise, I don't even know. Like, my mind would just be nothing but Bastion at that point. Plus, I would have finished the Let's Play much earlier. But it's basically done. I will show the who knows where places at some point. I will not be doing a playthrough of New Game Plus. For 2 reasons. One, I really don't feel like playing Bastion within the next, like, year. I have played my share of that game for months to come. However, I will go back and I will show off the who knows where, because no one, not no one, several people have seen them. That's what I was going to say, is no one has seen them, but most people have. I actually haven't played many of them. Granted, I will not be doing it for the achievements. Oh god, no. No. You cannot. The achievements require you... There are 2 separate achievements for each. There are 4 who knows where. One for Rux, Zolf, Zia, and the kid. Though I don't remember what Rux's item is. There's like a specific item. We saw the pipe, we saw the stock pot. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get the little bit of dialogue for the kids one. Basically, he says something to the point of, yeah, oh, piece of the rippling walls came by. Figured I'd go ahead and get your, your sack of sleeping bag, sleep sack, something like that. But it's basically, the kid's knapsack that, not knapsack. Knapsack's a backpack, stupid me. This kid's sleeping bag from the very beginning of the game. It just lazily floats by the Bastion. It's like, hey, I'm here. Go ahead, take me in. I don't care. Throw me in between the stock pot and the pipe. But, for the achievements for that, you have to beat each of those. 20 waves of survival. Keep that in mind. Starts off easy, gets to the point of where you have, like, giant windbags, giant, scumbags. Scumbags. I couldn't remember what they were called. The big fat blob guys. And, like, several turrets, all aimed right at you. And you've got this decently sized square to move around in. You have to beat those for one of the achievements with 5 of the idols activated, and for the other one, all 10. All 10 requires you to have played through New Game Plus. Like, New Game Plus adds more spirits in the distillery. There are no new weapons. All the weapons are in the main game. There are 2 more idols that we did not get to see in the actual game, like the main game. I can't remember which ones they are, or what idols they are, but off the top of my head at least. We got most of the main pantheon. But I'm not gonna do New Game Plus. I will show off who knows where, but I will not be doing 5 idol, 10 idol runs. Mainly because at 10 idols the game is supposed to be unbeatable. Like, it is literally impossible. In the loosest sense of the term, mind you, it is still very possible. But the developers meant for it to be the hardest difficulty possible in the game. Like, you are not supposed to survive 5 seconds in an enemy encounter with all 10 idols equipped. That is suicide. It's at that point that the gods are like, no, you can't have this. Slap down, dead. But, as for the Let's Play itself, God, I am really rambling. I'm at 18 minutes. There's not much I can really say. I will say early on I was not pleased with the audio. And it wasn't until Ultima brought up, oh hey, your audio's a bit messed up. Might want to check the audio settings, see if there's something in there that'll help you. And so I did. I have a sticky note up on my computer that specifically tells me exactly what to set each little, sound volume thing to for, what was it, episode 4 and up? Episode 5 and up, somewhere in there? It's somewhere in there. But I set the stuff, I clicked noise cancelling, and that's basically it. Which, it helped, but I don't care too much for it. I mean, it doesn't... I still don't like the sound of it. Could just be that I hate the sound of my voice, which is odd considering how long I ramble in these. But I hate the sound of my voice. It's really hard to describe why I don't like how my sound. Ugh. God, I cannot speak tonight either. I don't like how the sound sounds. Fraps is working really well for it, and I'm praying that it works really well for the next game, which, come to think of it, I need to record a second video after this for the announcement, because I don't want you guys to sit here through 20 minutes to hear what the next game is. Though I could just go ahead and say it now. But I won't. Not yet. Maybe. Maybe. If you're... yeah, maybe. Actually, no. I'll just save it for the other video because I need an announcement. I'm sorry I'm rambling and talking to myself. I'm still deciding things. Like, I never have my mind set. Because I can go, oh, well, I want to do this, but I actually want to do this also. And yeah, this and this and this and that. It's zoomed out as far as I can, and I'm still just reaching everywhere. But, I do like how fraps, you know, recorded everything. It's much better than it was when I first attempted. Mainly because I didn't know that fraps had an update. And so, as a result, it was recording like 6 seconds and then stopping and then starting another recording for 6 seconds. And so it would lag the game like every 6 seconds. So it got to the point of where, you know, the first episode was like 80 different files. And I was like, why? On top of that, just the lag caused from fraps was just annoying. I couldn't play through it. But it ended up pulling out really well. Same with Camtasia. And granted, I don't have any of the fancy, you know, oh, Sony Vegas, you know, I don't have fancy. I have Camtasia. Camtasia's nice. Camtasia works perfectly for what I need it to do. Granted, I need to toy around with it more and learn more of the functions, that way I can make the videos a bit better. But apart from that, I didn't have a problem with the software itself, though I did have a problem with my own stupidity. For instance, not sure if you can really tell, on the ending 2 and ending 4 videos, more specifically on 2, because 4 was a bit larger of a problem, genius me decided, oh, I'm not going to check to see if my mic is where it needs to be. So I'm sitting here, yeah, headset, crappy Logitech $20 Walmart headset, mind you. I got a much nicer one back there that I'm going to be using, starting with the next one. And I'm sitting there, you know, recording 10-15 minute video. The entire time, microphone here, up there. So, I'm sitting there, just talking away. I go to the video itself and you can barely hear me. I decided I would leave it like that, but amplify it a bit so that way you could hear me a little bit better. There isn't much dialogue in the ending videos. If it were an actual Let's Play video, sorry, my hair really ticks me off sometimes. If it were an actual, like, video for the game itself, like playing through a level or two, I would have been furious, scrapped the recording, and went to go try a different day. And with Bastion, the moment that I had ended the level, it had auto-saved over what I did. So I would have had to start a brand new playthrough just to show off that level. Now, that would make me extremely furious. And that's one of the only flaws I have found with Bastion, is the autosave feature, which makes sense. Because you don't want someone playing through a save file and going, oh, I didn't like the ending I got, let me go back and play through the ending again. you're stuck with your decision. I'm going back to the first topic, but I don't care for a second. Now I'm back off the first topic. Ending 4. That one's a bit tricky. I am not sure how many of you notice when you go to watch it. I had my microphone muted for that one. I don't know why I muted my mic. I never mute my mic, ever. I have no clue why I did it. No. I know why I did it. It was so that way I was like about to sneeze in the middle of a recording, so I went to just quick, Twitch, like at the very ending of an episode, which I should have just sneezed and then cut it out. But I left it muted. I didn't realize it was muted until after the recording, and I was trying to talk to people on TeamSpeak. So there I am, just derping along. I ended up having to go post commentary on that one. I tried to play it out like I was playing through it, which, to be fair, for the endings, I don't talk much, because it's mostly cinematic. That was the most nerve-wracking thing, because I'm sitting there like, oh god, what if I mess up and I, let slip that this is post-commentary, mid-commentary, because I don't want to restart the game. It was massively nerve-wracking, and I hope I never have to do that again. But apart from that, I am quite pleased with how it turned out. Most people, I haven't watched too many other Bastion Let's Plays. The only other Bastion-related thing I've watched that isn't just music from the soundtrack was Total Biscuit's whatever thing on it. I watched the first couple minutes of that, and I just shut it off because, no offense to the guy, I haven't watched many of his videos, so I can't give an honest opinion of him, nor do I want to. I don't want to make this channel be, oh, I don't like this guy because he does such and such. There's one thing you never do. You don't talk over Logan Cunningham. There are some people, feel free to talk over. If it's, sports announcer, if it's, narration in a game, where it's just like, you're buff, overly, massive, muscular, steroid-abusing gunner guys. Yeah, let's rip stuff up. Talk over that all you want. Don't talk over a story that's being told. Please. Please. When a game is meant to be story-driven, and, what is being said in cutscenes matters, instead of, oh, get to such and such place, and then we'll talk more. And it's detailing, either what's been done or what's being done. Don't talk over it. Just, that's one of the gripes that I have with most people that play games on YouTube. And again, I'm not here to defame anyone or insult them or, say that their stuff is bad and mine's better, ha ha ha. No, none of that. I personally feel like I'm just here to relay how I have felt about games that I have played. Bastion was great. When I first played through it, I wasn't hindered by a 15-minute, whatever. Granted, I didn't play too much in one burst. It was like an hour and a half, and then I was done. And then another hour and a half and I was done. But I soaked in every ounce of story I could, and it was great. There has never been another game that has made me feel like that. There have been several that have came close. I mean, I honestly can't think of any off the top of my head. I was going somewhere with that, and then it just died. A horrible, horrible death. I feel I've talked a bit too much, though. I apologize for the length of this video. Normally, I don't try and make them this long, but I wanted to go ahead and relay how I felt about Bastion. If you didn't pick it up during the Steam sale, honestly, I feel pretty bad for you. While $15 is great for a game, and believe me, Bastion is worth every penny of $15. More so if you buy the soundtrack. Like, this soundtrack is on my iPod. It is that good. It's also, you could have got it for like $4. And I know most people love saving money. That's 75% off. It's well worth it. Highly worth it. Definitely recommend this game. It was phenomenal. I really have nothing else. It was great. I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point. Yeah, Bastion was a good game, guys. It's a good game. I'm gonna sit here and say this like 50 times. It was phenomenal. I loved it. If you are slightly interested in it, go buy it. Yes, $15 is quite a bit to put into a game, especially when they're like $60 now and you can get maybe one per paycheck and still eat. Like, I rarely buy games at full price now. Actually, if memory serves, the last one I did was Paper Mario, the new 3DS one. I won't get into that one. I've played it 5 hours. I won't get into it. I know you can tell how I feel just by the sound of my voice. I won't get into it. But I feel this has gone on for quite some time. Kudos to you if you have made it this far and not either fallen asleep. Pause the video. Well, if you pause the video to go make yourself some food to eat while watching this, I won't count that against you. If you watch this in one sitting, I applaud you, because you're either about as bored as I am, you've got loads of free time, or both. But either way, I would like to thank you guys for watching. This has been I Am Real Ninja. I'll see you in the next whatever video that should be out like 20 minutes after this one, because Lord knows I love to ramble. Alright, see you guys.